Hey, and welcome to Everyday English Pod. We're jumping straight into something really practical today, how to speak with that extra bit of polish in your professional life.
Exactly. We've been looking at, a collection of common business English phrases, the kind you hear and maybe even use sometimes. But we're going to dig into why they work and how you can use them even better.
Think of this as your shortcut, maybe, to sounding more confident and clear, whether you're writing emails, leading a meeting, or just trying to get your point across with impact. We're not just giving you a list here. We're looking at the strategy behind these words.
Yeah, it's actually fascinating how a seemingly small shift in phrasing can make such a big difference in how you're perceived and, how effective your communication ends up being.
Okay, so let's start with something we all do, saying thank you. But in a professional setting, it can be more strategic than just a quick thanks. Take this one. We appreciate your prompt response to our inquiry and look forward to further collaboration. What's really going on here?
Well, prompt is doing a lot of work there. It subtly signals that you value the other person's efficiency and respect for your time. And by immediately mentioning further collaboration, you're not just closing a loop, you're opening the door to a continued positive relationship. It's really about building that connection.
Right, it's not just about acknowledging their action, but also setting the stage for what comes next.
Okay. Now, what about this one? Thank you for your consideration. We hope to receive your approval at your earliest convenience. It's polite, but there's a clear goal, right?
Absolutely. Thank you for your consideration is, standard professional courtesy. But that second part, we hope to receive your approval at your earliest convenience. That's a polite but direct way of stating your desired outcome without being demanding.
And the at your earliest convenience part.
Yeah, that softens the ask while still making it clear what you're hoping for. It respects their time while still conveying your need. It's a delicate balance. Interesting. So it's a balance of politeness and clarity. Okay, here's another one that focuses more on the bigger picture. We would like to extend our gratitude for your continued support and cooperation. When would you use something like this?
Oh, this is gold for nurturing those key long-term professional relationships. Continued support and cooperation emphasizes that your appreciation isn't just for a single act, but for an ongoing positive dynamic. It's definitely a relationship-building phrase.
Right.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's about recognizing and valuing those sustained positive interactions that are, crucial for professional success.
That makes total sense. It's about acknowledging the history, the ongoing thing. Here's a more straightforward one, maybe. We would like to express our appreciation for your attention to this matter. Simple, but still hits the mark.
Exactly. It's concise. It's clear. It acknowledges that someone has dedicated their focus to a specific issue. It shows you've noticed their effort, even if the outcome isn't yet clear or decided. Sometimes, a direct and clear acknowledgement is the most effective way to show respect.
Mm-hmm. And what about when you're thanking someone for past help, but also kind of looking ahead? We appreciate your assistance in resolving this matter and look forward to your cooperation.
Yeah, this is a smart way to wrap up a problem while also setting a positive tone for future interactions.
Yeah.
By thanking them for their assistance in resolving this matter, you're acknowledging their past contribution, right?
Right.
And then by saying you look forward to your cooperation, you're anticipating a continued positive working relationship. It closes one chapter and opens the next, essentially.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit to making requests. What's the key, would you say, to asking for something effectively in a professional context?
I think it boils down to being clear about what you need, being polite in your delivery, and ideally providing some context for why you're making the request.
Okay, so here's a clear one. We would like to request a detailed breakdown of the costs associated with the proposed project. Pretty unambiguous there.
None at all. It's specific, detailed breakdown and clearly linked to the costs associated with the proposed project. This kind of clarity avoids a lot of potential back and forth and gets straight to the point.
Now, what if you want to be a little less direct? Maybe a bit softer. It would be greatly appreciated if you could provide an update on the status of the project.
Yeah. The phrase, "it would be greatly appreciated," softens the request significantly, making it more polite. It acknowledges that providing an update requires the other person's time and effort, showing consideration for their workload. This indirect approach can often be more effective, especially when you don't want to sound demanding.
That makes sense. It's about being respectful of their time. Okay, here's a direct one again. We are reaching out to request a meeting to discuss the next steps in the project.
Straightforward, to the point. It clearly states the purpose requesting a meeting and the topic. This is efficient and leaves really no room for guessing.
And for scheduling, we saw this earlier. Kindly let us know your availability for a follow-up meeting at your earliest convenience. What's the strategy here again?
Well, kindly adds that layer of politeness, and at your earliest convenience offers flexibility, respecting the other person's schedule. It sort of puts the ball in their court while still clearly stating your need for a meeting.
Got it. And what if you need them to do something specific and then give you feedback, like, we kindly request your review of the attached document and await your feedback?
This is a very clear two-part request. First, the action-needed review of the attached document, and second, the expectation, await your feedback. The kindly, again, softens the directive, makes it feel less like an order.
Okay, what if you need something to be a priority? How do you phrase that politely but effectively? We would appreciate it if you could prioritize this matter and provide your response.
Yeah, we would appreciate it. Is that polite framing, while directly asking to prioritize this matter, clearly communicates the urgency without being aggressive or demanding. It's a way to signal importance while still being respectful.
Let's say you need to follow up on something. Maybe it's been a while. What's a professional way to do that?
We would like to follow up on our previous correspondence regarding the pending issues. This is a very, very professional way to revisit a topic. It's neutral, avoids any sense of blame, and simply references the previous communication. And pending issues is a good neutral term for unresolved matters without sounding overly negative.
And what if you want to be proactive? Maybe make sure things keep moving from your side. Please let us know if there are any further steps required from our end to proceed.
Oh, that's great. It shows initiative and a willingness to take action. It demonstrates your commitment to keeping the project on track and helps remove potential roadblocks. It's a very forward-thinking, helpful approach.
Okay, now let's talk about providing information and updates. What's crucial to keep in mind here?
Clarity and conciseness are definitely key. You want to give people the information they need without burying it in, unnecessary details. And just a proactive approach in keeping people informed is almost always appreciated.
So, starting with offering help, please let us know if any further information is required to facilitate your decision-making process. Why is this a good phrase?
Well, it's helpful and supportive, right? It shows you're not just delivering information, but also thinking about what the other person actually needs to act on that information. It's about empowering them to move forward effectively.
Okay, here's a positive update. We are writing to inform you that we have successfully completed the initial phase of the project. What makes this effective?
It's clear, it's concise, and it delivers good news directly. Using successfully completed provides that positive affirmation of progress. Simple, but good.
What about a polite way to start an email and maybe gently check in? We hope this email finds you well and that you are making steady progress on the project.
It's a pretty standard professional opening. It's courteous, and it subtly checks in on the other person's progress without being too intrusive or demanding an immediate status report.
Now, what if you have some really good news to share? We are pleased to inform you that your proposal has been approved for implementation.
Yeah, pleased to inform you is a formal and positive way to deliver significant news like that. It conveys a sense of satisfaction and definite progress. It feels official.
Let's shift again to addressing issues and apologizing. What's the most important thing to convey in this kind of situation?
Sincerity, definitely. And a commitment to making things right. You want to acknowledge the issue clearly and, importantly, take responsibility.
So how about this one? Please accept our sincerest apologies for any inconvenience this may have caused you. What does adding sincerest do there?
Sincerest really elevates the apology. It conveys a more profound sense of regret for whatever trouble was caused. It shows you're taking the issue seriously. It's not just a casual oops.
Okay. And what if you want to acknowledge the problem and immediately state your intention to fix it? Like, thank you for bringing this issue to our attention. We will address it immediately.
Oh, that's a very effective response. First, it validates the person who raised the issue. Thank you for bringing this. And then it assures them of swift action. We will address it immediately. That immediacy is key in building confidence that the problem will actually be resolved quickly.
Right. Shows you're on it.
Exactly.
Okay, finally, let's talk about expressing expectations and looking forward. What are some phrases that set a positive tone for the future?
These phrases often aim to create alignment, maybe some enthusiasm for future collaboration or outcomes. It's about setting that forward-looking tone.
Here's one that seems to combine both. We look forward to your affirmative response and hope to work closely together in the future.
Yeah, this clearly states the desired outcome, affirmative response, and expresses anticipation for a positive working relationship moving forward. It sets a really collaborative tone for what's next.
What if you're just anticipating someone's input, their thoughts? We look forward to your insights.
Simple, but effective. This is a polite and professional way to convey that you value someone's opinion and are eager to hear what they have to say. It shows you respect their perspective and expertise.
And one more related to feedback and timing. We hope to receive your feedback on the proposal as soon as possible to move forward. This is about setting a timeline, isn't it?
Exactly. It clearly communicates the need for timely feedback to keep the project on schedule. The as soon as possible conveys a sense of urgency, but it does it politely without setting a hard, potentially unrealistic deadline right there.
This has been a really insightful look at these professional phrases. It's definitely more than just knowing the words, it's understanding the strategy behind them.
Precisely. And you can really see how these phrases contribute to clearer, more respectful, and ultimately just more effective communication in the workplace. It's about navigating those interactions smoothly.
So, for everyone listening, maybe start thinking about how you can weave some of these phrases into your own daily professional interactions. Pay attention, perhaps, to the impact they have.
Yeah, and this raises an interesting point maybe for you to consider. How consciously are you actually choosing your words in professional settings day to day? And what impact might a slightly more intentional approach have on your communication effectiveness or even, your career? Something worth reflecting on, I think.
Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on Everyday English Pod. We'll be back soon with more ways to help you communicate with confidence.